Okay, injuries. Simi was out. Xavier Grimble's still out. Brian Bauckham, Nikel Roby, and Nick Perry were all limited. I think you kind of feel a sense of excitement amongst the players as this home opener gets closer. An excitement of playing in front of their families and our crowd and our people, especially after this off season, is very exciting for them. And I think that we can feel that as we build closer to the game as the week goes on.
So TJ Bryant playing a lot more because Nikel was dinged up, or you're trying to work TJ into the mix there?
Yeah, we're trying to work him back in. He played a decent amount of snaps at nickel last year, and was right in the competition in the spring, to potentially be a starter and definitely playing nickel. So we're giving him a great opportunity to work his way back in there.
Will Nick Perry play for sure this week, or is that still?
He's done some things out here. He appears to be better off than he was last week, so I hope he plays.
What does he, if he's available, what does he bring to the table or change for you guys?
A lot. I mean, you're talking about a guy who was a freshman All-American last year, a guy who's had a great off-season, who's testing-wise is off the charts. He tests right now as a top 10, top 15 pick on paper, height, weight, speed, vertical. They don't make, we were watching some film last night. I was in there with Coach O and watching some drills, and there's probably only about 10, 15 people like him in the world, that have his ability. Now, whether he can put it together or not, but you're talking about a guy who jumps 34 inches that plays defensive end, a guy who, if you take his 10-yard, 20-yard dash, it matches our DBs, a number of our DBs. So hopefully he'll reach that potential. So we're very excited to get him back whenever that is.
Lane, their quarterback was Lane Kiffin. Do you expect him to play based on what you've read? What difference does he make for them if he is?
Yeah, I would expect him to play. I would think that this would be a big game for him. He did, from my sources, he warmed up last week out there on Saturday, and actually looked decent in warm-up. So I would think he'd play. As a guy that they say is a potential first-round draft pick, I would think that this would be a game he'd be excited about, especially to match up with Ronald. So I would anticipate he would play. Their coach has already said he's going to make the trip for sure, so I would imagine he'll play.
How does he look to you on film?
Yeah, he played extremely well last year. Big, fast, physical. He would present us some issues. I know Ronald would be excited about the matchup if he plays, and it's good motivation for Ronald.
Does he just play one side, or would he follow Ronald all over the place?
I don't know what their game plan is. He's not followed people. They have been a boundary and field defensive back team, but that could all change. With Ronald having as much success as he did last week, and then the guy starting on the other side, and Robert's a true freshman. So,
what did you think of the special teams first game with Baxter having coached them up and so forth?
Yeah, I thought there were some really good things. Obviously, with the punt return and the kickoff coverage, 4 touchbacks, and I think 2 other times inside the 20, which is hard to do. So it was good to see the effort. Our punt protection was not very good, actually. They almost blocked 2 punts. So there's things to improve on. There's always first game issues on all phases of the game, especially when it's your first game together as a new staff with your players. So I think we will continue to improve on special teams.